Hi there, my name's Andy Robertshaw. This is Daily Killer Sudoku, puzzle number 28437, which somebody put on the Facebook group and was struggling with. So I'm going to now give you a walk through this puzzle. Hopefully you can follow what I'm doing. So I've got a 16 cage here, which has to be 7 plus 9. A 6 cage here, which is 1 plus 5 or 2 plus 4. And another one here, which is 1 plus 5 or 2 plus 4. A 15 cage here, which is 6 plus 9 or 7 plus 8. I've got a 24 cage with 3 numbers on it, which must be 7 plus 8 plus 9. What else can I see? So I'll do some that have 3 options. So this 13 cage can be 4, 9, 5, 8 or 6, 7. Let's fill those in. Right, the 12 can be 3, 9, 4, 8 or 5, 7. The 7 cage from 3 numbers has to be 1, 2 and 4. This 7 cage from 2 numbers is 1, 6, 2, 5 or 3, 4. This 9 cage, it can't be 8, 1 because I've already got an 8 in the cage. I've also already got a 7 in the cage, so it can only be 3, 6 or 4, 5. So this 7 can no longer be 3, 4 because it will take up both options for this 9. So of the numbers 5 and 6 in this cage, I've got one of them there and one of them there. So it only leaves 1, 2, 3 or 4 to go here. However, if I add together the 24, the 9 and the 7, I get 40. Everything in this box adds up to 45. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 45. So those two must be the other 5. I cannot have a 3 there, so I cannot have the 2 there that would have gone with it. Right. So what else have I got? So this 10 cage, in fact, it's made up of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There are quite a few options there. I've got 10 there, I've got 18 there, so that's 28. I must have 17 here. But in fact, I've got a maximum of 4 there. I must have a minimum of 13 between those two. So this one cannot be any less than 4. If that were less than 4, I wouldn't be able to make up my total of 17 between those 3. So of this 8, the 5, 6 or 7 goes on the bottom. The 1, 2 or 3 must go on the top. Right, if I look at this 18 again, if I've got 1 here, oh, sorry, it's a 17, so ignore that. Well, let's look at this anyway. If I've got 1 here, I need 7 and 9. If I've got 2 here, I need a total of 15, which could be 6, 9 or 7, 8. If I've got 4 there, then I need 13 there, so it could be 5, 8, 6, 7, 7, 6. So I've got options. Right, let's look at something else then. Let's look at this top right box. So 13 and 17 make 30. So I've got to have 15 between those 3. In fact, I'm going to move to this one. I've got 18 and 13 and 11. 18 plus 13 plus 11 adds up to 42. So that means those two have to be 3 between them to make it to 45. So that's 1 and 2. So I've got 1 and 2 in this row. I don't have 1 or 2 there. So that one's 4 or 5. That's got to be the 1 and 2 in that 6. Let's revisit this one now. 13 plus 17 is 30. So I want 15 there to make it up to 45. So I could have 7. If I had the 4 with a 7, I'd need another 4 there. That's impossible. I could have 7, 5, and I want a 3 there. 9, 4, and I want a 2 there, but I can't have a 2 there because I've already got one in the row. And 9, 5, I'd want a 1 there, but again, I cannot have a 1 there. Cannot have a 1 there because I've already got a 1 in this row. So the only way I could have 15 here is having a 7 there and a 5 there. And I want the 1 there and the 9 there to go with those two. So I now know this 12 is not 3 and 9. Does this help me any further? Let's have a look at this 11. It's not 2 and 9. If it's 8 and 3, the 8's got to go on the bottom, the 3 on the top. If it's 4 and 7, I need the 7 on the top, the 4 on the bottom. And if it's 5, 6, I need the 6 on the bottom, the 5 on the top. Okay, so what can we see next? Can I do anything here? So 13, I could have 1, 4, 8. In fact, all the options are displayed anyway, but 1, 4, 8 or 2. In fact, I couldn't have anything with a 2 in it. I could have, yeah, there are some options with a 2 in it. 2, 3, 8, 2, 5, 6, 2, 4, 7 have all gone. So I must have a 1. In fact, I'll make this a bit more simple. I couldn't have a 1 in this 17 because I'd need 7 and 9 to go with it. But I've got a 7 in the box already. So I know the 1 has to be part of this 13, but not there. And a total of 12 to go with the 1. Can't be 3, 9 because I've got a 3 there. Can't be 7, 5 because I've got them there. So that is 1, 4, 8. And this 17 would have to be 2, 6 and 9. So no 6s or 9s here. So not 6, 7, not 9, 4. So that one is 5 and 8. I can then remove these from the 11 cage. So it's not 8 and 3, not 5 and 6. So I now know that's 7 and 4. I couldn't have a 4 in either of those, or that one, or the 5 that goes with the 4. But I now know that in this 7 cage, that one is the 4. If you remember earlier as well, these two add up to 5 because I've got 40 between those. So I need 2 and 3. And this one is a 1 to make that cage up. Okay, so I can't have the 9 being 3 and 6, so it's 5 and 4. And this 7 has to be 1 and 6. So going up, that one has to be a 2, that one has to be a 1. 2 plus 3 is 5, I need another 5 to go with it. So that one is now an 8, and that one is now a 5. What's this 18 cage? I've got to have 3, 6 and 9. And I know what that set of 3 is now, don't I? 2, 5, 7. I know that set of 3 is 1, 3, 4. But not the 4 there. And this one is 6, 8 and 9. Right. If I had 8 there, I'd need 1 and 3 to go between those two, but can't have 1 or 3 in those. So not an 8 there. So 6 with 1 and 5, or 9 with 1 and 2. That's all I could have for this 12. So I couldn't have the 7 there, and I must have a 1 there. Right, so let's eliminate some here. Not a 4 there, not a 1 there. Okay, so let's go back to this bottom left. 28 and 4, I've got 32 there. I need 13 there, so I could have 6 and 7, or 5 and 8, but not 9 there, not 6 there. Right, shall we have a look? Let's have a look at this 15. I could have 2, 4, 9, 5, 4, 6, 7. I couldn't have a 7 there because I couldn't have 8 between those two. So that one is not a 7. So I now know the only place for a 7 in that box is the very top left. So this one isn't a 7, and this one isn't the one that would have gone with it. So I want a total of 11 out of those two. The only way to do that is 3 and 8. So let's eliminate. So 4 and 8 there. Right, yeah, so those two add up to 11, those two add up to 11. I don't know which way around they go as yet, but not a 3 there, so that's a 2, and a 6 to go with it. So not a 6 there, not a 9 there. So I now know that this 15 cage is 7 and 8, and I've got a 2 in this box, so that one is not 2 and 4, it must be 1 and 5, and this 12 cage is not 5 and 7, so it must be 4 and 8. Okay, so bottom left again, 28 there, 17 there, that's going to be 4, 6, 7 to make 17. So must have 7 and 8 that way round. So what could I have here? I've got a 9 cages there, not 1, 8, not 2, 7. Could be 4, 5 that way round, or it could be 6, 3. It would have to be that way round. I've got a 6 there already in the column, so I couldn't have a 6 there. In fact, I don't want a 6 there either. What could I have in this 10 cage? So not 1, 9, not 2, 8, because I've got an 8 there, or not 4, 6. It only leaves 3 and 7. They've got to go that way round. So I can't have the 7 there because I've got 7 in the column already. So this 9 is therefore 4 and 5. So these two between them are 2 and 6, which make 8. So I've got to have 9 to make that up to 17. Not a 9 there, so I've got a 3. Eliminate those. Not a 9 or an 8 there, so I've got a 7 in that one. Can't have a 6 in this 10 cage. So now I know that my 10 is 2, 3, 5. And my 18, I've got 1, 8, 9, but I've got an 8 in those two columns. That one's an 8. I've got 1 and 9 between those two, so I don't want a 1 there. That's 6, that's 1. So here I've got 5, 8 and 9, but I've got a 5 and 2 columns, so 5 there, and 8 and 9 are those two between them. I need 6 between those two. The only way to do that is 2 and 4, but I've got a 4 there already. So 5, 2, 4 like that, so I don't want a 4 there. And let's eliminate some here. So no 4 or 8 there. And I've got 2 and 9 in that column, so that's got to be a 6. And let's eliminate those. 2 and 6 there, eliminate the 2 from that one. And I've got a 4 there, so I can eliminate the 4 from that one. Right, I've got an 8 in this column, so that's not an 8, it's a 9. That one is the 8. These two are 3 and 6, which have to go that way round, because I've got a 6 there. And these two must be 1 and 7. I've got a 7 there, so 1 and 7 that way round. Feels like we're getting close now. What's this 10? Not 1, 9, not 2, 8. Can't have 3, 7 because I've got 3 and 7 between those two, so that could not be 3 or 7. It only leaves 4 and 6, but I've got a 6 there, so must have 4 there, must have 6 there. Cannot have a 6 there, so that's a 2, and that's a 6. This 11 couldn't be 2, 9 because of those, couldn't be 4, 7 because of that one, couldn't be 5, 6 because I've got 5 and 6 there. It's 3, 8, but I've got an 8 there, so it's 3 and 8 that way round. And the only one left to go in this row is a 7. Okay, what are those three? Well, I've got 2, 3 and 7 left to go in that row. I've got a 7 in that box, so that one is a 7. And these two are 2 and 3, but I've got 2 and 3 there, so they've got to go the opposite way round. In this 19 cage, I've got 7 plus 3. I want 9 to go with it. The only one left to go in that row is a 6. I've got 6 there. I think this is going to fall out quite nicely now. So just the left-hand bit still to complete. I've got a 9 in that column, so 6 there, 9 there, and 5 and 2. So that one's a 2. Eliminate those. So my 3 and 5, 5 before 3 there, and 1 and 5 that way round, 1 and 9 that way round. Okay, so that's solved that puzzle. Hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, just a few techniques there which might help you with it. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.